I want to make it very clear that these words, very gracious words and very kind of embarrassing in a way, but make me feel good in a way too, that apparently my children have said about me, and according to Lexa Bubs, who is also Mom, Bubs, Boo, Barbara, whatever you want to call them, this is what our children have said about me. Kindness, love for her family, evenness and temperament, patience, love of each of us, gracious, generous, non-judgmental, tolerant, enormous ability to consider others, caring, compassion, grace, dignity, generosity, ability to make you feel good, open-minded, smart, I question that one, but if they think so, I'd like to believe it, listens to everything you say, thoughtful, consistent, optimistic, beauty, faith, understanding, accepting, wisdom, consideration, her Easter, birthday, and Thanksgiving cards, not to mention Mother's Day and Father's Day cards. But that sounds like a lot. Now it's Dad's turn. This is what your
This is
children...
what kids have said about me, right?
Don't let it go to your head.
Am I supposed to say they said it about me? So this is what the kids have said, and I've looked over it quickly, and I guess I can't deny too much of it. Self-discipline, yes, I think I have that. I think if you're going to live a normal life and accomplish anything, you have to be self-disciplined. Self-organization goes along with that, and I think I have the ability to organize well. Integrity is probably even more important than either of the other two, because you can't get along with people if there's ever any doubt that you don't have complete integrity. Willpower, I have that too. Maybe I've trained myself to have it, but I think that's also very important. And at the same time, so is a sense of humor. People always will be happier dealing with you if you have a smile on your face, rather than if you're always too serious and never laugh at anything. And particularly if you don't laugh at yourself, and I laugh at myself a lot. And I think that's probably healthy. Perseverance, that goes along with the willpower and the self-discipline, and I think I have a lot of that. Ability to get along with all has a lot to do with the sense of humor. Goes to daily mass, that's an example of not only my faith, which I think is the most important thing I can have in my lifetime, but also the discipline again to do it. And it just becomes a habit. If you don't go, you feel guilty. If you aren't there to share in the mass with the other people that go, you also feel guilty. And I think with most of them, if they aren't there, they feel guilty too. No sin in feeling guilty.
Don't throw guilt on anybody, honey.
Ability to keep it all in perspective. Well, I don't know whether I do that or not, but if they say I do, I guess to them at least I do. And that goes along, I guess, with many of the other things. And the balance, I think I have a nice balance between golf and work, between love and discipline with the kids, and you can't be too much one way or the other. You have to balance things out, and you have to figure which is more important than the other. Discipline here again, I am very disciplined, and it's never been a problem with me. I know that when I went into the Navy, after being an officer and everything, after going through midshipman school and getting out of the early things we had in college, the last year of college, I was so disciplined that I never had a problem making the bed or keeping the floor clean, getting ready for inspection. That was just something that was natural with me. So I guess I still have that type of discipline. Faith-filled, is this, Bill? Faith-filled. I don't really know what that means.
Faith-filled. You are faith-filled, of course. That goes with your whole faith.
That's with my religion, yeah.
Yes,
I'm
exactly.
religious. Okay. Belief in himself, I certainly have self-confidence and believe that I can accomplish most things. I believe I can accomplish everything I try to do, and I think I accomplish most of them. Drive, that goes with the rest of my personality. There's no doubt that I have drive. If you give me a challenge, I'll do everything I can to make sure I do it, or particularly if you don't believe I can do it. Responsibility, that goes along too. Respect, I don't know how much respect I had with my kids, from my kids early on. I think it might have been fear more than respect. But in any event, I think as they've gotten older, they realize that I do have a lot of virtues which should be respected. And I'm glad if they do respect me. Virtuous, that goes along with the other that we've already discussed. Tough, they thought I was really tough when they were young, and I felt they needed it. I think the discipline that you give children when they're young can do them a lot more good later on in life than the fact that maybe they thought you were too hard on them, or maybe they didn't like it, or maybe they thought I was too tough. But I don't think underneath I'm a tough person at all. I'm a patsy to a lot of the kids, at different times. But I do, no doubt at all, in it that the discipline that we gave them or tried to give them when they were young has helped them become the people they are today. And I'm proud of every one of them. Has a story for every situation. I guess I talk more when I'm older. But I've had a very
I'll guarantee it.
I've had a very interesting life, I feel. And I think naturally when you have that situation, you feel maybe some other people would be interested in it. Some of them I can tell are bored as I'm telling them about the 15 kids or what I've accomplished in golf or something like that. And I try not to brag too much, but I guess it comes out sometimes. Wisdom, that's a questionable word. I know I have a lot of brain power. I know I've gotten a lot of degrees, and I've learned an awful lot in education, through education. And I guess from all that and the experience we've had with having so many children, we get more wisdom as we grow older. And I think I have a lot of that. Subtle power. I've never looked at power as being subtle, but maybe some of it is, and after you've had enough success in life, you probably just feel you are a little powerful and don't even think about it in dealing with people. But I've always tried to be fair, and I've never stomped on anyone in my life, and trying to prove a point or anything like that. Work ethic, that has been mentioned before, and I feel very proud of the way I've been able to work, and never that I know of, unless someone called with a very appealing golf date, did I change a work time to accommodate anything else.
How about your golf swing?
My golf swing. I always was told what a nice swing I had. Now they don't.
Deteriorating.
Now they don't tell me that anymore. I think except the real old guys, that they can barely get the club back. But I would say that for a man of 89, I have a good golf swing. The thing is, You just can't.
You can't get it in the hole,
You
right?
can't swing completely. You know, you can't go as far back, and you can't follow through as far. So needless to say, you don't hit the ball as far, and that's the annoying thing, if you could classify that as annoying. But I do shoot my age more than 99%, and have shot it more than 99% of the people I've ever heard of. And I feel that if I live long enough, I'll probably get to 500. But, you know, assuming no serious illness or something. Solid. I certainly...
That goes with all those other things.
Yeah.
That solid thing.
Yeah, I'm solid and dependable. Dependable is right under it.
We
Good
call
look.
them old reliable.
Good looks. I don't know whether I'd say that anymore. If I ever were good looking, and I never considered myself really good looking, as my mother said, Billy, you aren't handsome, but you do look nice. That was when I was a little kid.
Your mother loves you a lot.
And,
Is there more in here?
yeah.
You've got a few more. You've got more than I do, honey.
Good habits. I think I have very good habits, and so life is easy for me to live. Sincerity, I certainly have that. Warmth, I don't know how warm I am for most of my life. I'm a lot warmer now with the kids than I used to be. I used to be chewing them out most of the time. Stability, yes, that goes like, it's like solid.
It's nice to be married to a man who is that way.
But even my wife Barbara is commending me now. Faith, that goes to the religion. And, I have unbelievable faith. And I even have faith I'm going to live to 101 day. And then let God come take me when I'm 100 years and 1 day. I really have faith that that's going to happen. Desire to still play golf every day of the year. No, I don't think I really ever had that. Maybe because I knew I had to work some of the time. But golf was a great asset to me in my work of selling life insurance and managing other people who were trying to sell life insurance. And I've enjoyed golf very much. I became pretty good at it. Never as good as I wish I could have been, but it was a great asset to have, and I've never regretted playing golf as much as I did.
Well, that looks like a really good list to me. And
Do you have anything you want to add about each other?
well, I just think a lot of what the children say about him. I just know that it's nice to be married to somebody who you know is truthful, is reliable, I knew that he would always back me up. He trusted that no matter what we did, if I was worried about something, he was like, don't worry about it. God will take care of us and life will be all right. Even though we've always expected to have disappointments and things, life wasn't going to be perfect. His favorite saying is, if life were perfect, there wouldn't be a heaven. And it's a pretty good saying, because we obviously believe in heaven. And we obviously know that life is never perfect for anybody. And some people get it in spades, whereas we've been, we've had disappointments, but we certainly have had a good life and have wonderful family. And we still have each other, which is pretty good after 63, what will it be, 63 years in September. So we feel very fortunate that we've had these years together and that we've had them with you children. I just wish that we had more chances to get everybody together all the time, and it's hard to do. But obviously we have things about each other that are annoying.
What are they?
Well, you're talking, what do I have about him, or does he have about me?
Hey, you can start.
Well, he's so efficient that it makes me seem inefficient. if that's the right word. No, I don't have the strength that he does as far as willpower, what have you. If I say I'm not going to eat a cookie, I eat it. If he says he's not going to eat a cookie, he doesn't eat it. It's that type of thing.
And he
But
lets
that's
you know
not-
it.
And he lets me know it. But it isn't the fact that he's strong that I dislike. It's the fact that he teases me about my lack of strength. But I know he loves me, and I know he cares about me because he tells me all the time, which he does, which is nice. I've told some friends of mine. I said, I'm embarrassed. He said, I said, let him tell you all those things. Let him tell you you're beautiful, and let him tell you if he needs it. My hairdresser, she said, he says that and it embarrasses me. I said, enjoy it. But I don't know. I think looking for golf balls has been a very touchy subject for me. Because every Sunday night in the good weather, he would go off on Sunday. Our Sunday nights were kind of doomed because he was going to go out and look. And I was worried he was going to get bitten by ticks and what have you. And I guess the stack of golf ball boxes in his room, I can't entertain friends because they might see all those golf boxes in his room. But
They're stacked very neatly.
Oh yes, except the one time they all fell over in the hall. Remember that? I heard this big loud noise at night, and all there was in that hall back there, not only the boxes fell, but they were filled with golf balls, and they came crashing down. But I'm trying to think of some of the other. Oh, how fast he the driving. I'm a wreck driving with him, and he's a wreck driving with me because I bug him. I don't know how he feels about when I'm driving, but when I do annoy him a lot. I'll think of some more things
There was a way we described your mother's driving when we were younger. You know, when I was young, before I was married. There's that old guy pooping along, or that old woman pooping along. You know, they're always under the speed limit.
No, I wasn't pooping along today.
She's a speed demon now.
Well, she goes around corners very fast.
Yeah, that's okay.
Do you
Okay,
have any compliments you'd like to pay Mom, or non-compliments?
Well, I don't know that I have any non-compliments, except she's already covered that she can't.
Except I'm hard of hearing, and I have the TV up too loud.
She can't give up cookies for a week and doesn't last a day. See.
Oh, I can't do it. Sometimes.
Eventually she does it, but she slips. It's got to be a firm commitment rather than just saying I'm giving him up. She has to But anyway, I think the greatest thing about your mother is that I've never seen a woman. I guess seeing is too broad a word because I don't see that many people. But of anybody I've ever known, any female I've ever known, no matter how beautiful she thinks she is, or this, or that, or a great athlete, or anything else, there's nobody I ever would have married instead of your mother. She was a good Catholic, which was important. She was very pretty, which was less important, but still, you know, you like to have that if you can have it too. And she wanted to have a lot of children. In the combination, I thank God every day that I married her rather than somebody else.
There's got to be more to Mom than that she's pretty and a good Catholic and wanted to have a lot of children.
Oh, there is. But I didn't know that before I met her. I knew that right at the start, see. And that
was the introduction.
Yeah, that was the introduction.
That's what I keep telling
she's
you.
a wonderful,
I'm not a baby machine.
She's a wonderful woman.
And I have to make that plain.
And I never have regretted marrying her and never will. And I feel I was very fortunate. God took care of me, and He put me with the right woman.
We got lucky.
In marriage to
we
us.
got lucky because we knew each other for such a short time before we were engaged and before we got married. And the odds of something like that working out so well, I said, boy, we didn't know we were taking such a chance. We only know each other for about, 9 months? We met in January, engaged in April, married in September, and then to have it work out. That's, you know, you don't really know somebody that well at that stage in life, particularly in this day and age. I guess everybody has to have 2 or 3 years knowing somebody before they even get engaged. But we have been very fortunate, and we are, you know, he was always my hero. He always would, I knew that he would always take care of me, and we would be, everything would be okay.
The other thing is that she's such a kind person. I see people, I say abuse, that's 2 words. They take advantage of her. And she just kindly goes along with it, knowing they're taking advantage of her, but she doesn't want to offend them.
Why would I let somebody bother me that much?
Well,
You can just put that out of your mind.
no, but I mean, she's very kind to people that I wouldn't be that kind to. Not that I haven't been kind to a lot of people.
He's not unkind about people.
Yeah.
He never gossips about people or puts them down. Just as you said, you would never hurt somebody on purpose.
No, I
You wouldn't. You never have. It isn't his style to do something like that. Anyway, are you?
Is that sufficient, madam?